first day of school. It's like arguably one of the best days because it's like the only day that everybody's actually at work on time. Like people show up before the kids actually show up. It's very exciting. So everybody's there and it's like super exciting. Like the teachers are seeing each other again. Everybody's all happy. The administration isn't annoyed yet because we don't have like 100 referrals. Everybody's in like this good mood, having a good time. And this is an especially exciting time because it's my first year, like my first actual year. So it's like the first time that I'm gonna go greet my kids, the first time I'm gonna go pick them up. Everything's all new and exciting and wonderful and hoopla. So we're all getting together. We're kind of going down to the gym together, like fifth grade team. We're all with each other. It's fabulous. So we get down there and it is like absolute chaos in this gymnasium because you have like literally like 400 kids. Okay, it's not like 400 kids, but you have like 400 kids all sitting in a room. You've got teachers everywhere like, no, like fifth grade's over here, fourth grade's over there, third grade's over here. Like everybody's figuring out where they're supposed to go. We've got like a million parents who are walking their kids to their different classrooms because you can do that on the first day. Everybody's everywhere. So I'm walking in and I'm meeting my kids and I'm like, hey, like I'm Miss Sam, I'm your teacher. And they're all like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be your teacher. I'm like, this is great. And, you know, buzzing around, everything's wonderful. And then all of a sudden it gets like really, really quiet. Room of 500 kids. It's never good when things get really, really quiet. And so out of this like millisecond of like silence comes the fire alarm. The fire alarm. Some little child decided on the first day of school he was gonna reach up and pull the fire alarm. I have never seen chaos like first day of school fire alarm chaos. Suddenly, everybody's everywhere. Parents are sprinting out of the building with their kid. Children are sprinting to classes, from classes. Administration is running around trying to figure out if we have an actual fire or if it's really just some child pulling the fire alarm. And we happen to have a lot of like first-time teachers, so we're all looking around like, what exactly are we supposed to do here? Are we supposed to evacuate the kids? Like you would think it's a fire alarm, so everybody's supposed to leave. But like I can't tell you if I have everybody outside safely. I've got like 25 people and all I have done is figure out that this little boy's name starts with an A and this little girl does not like the other girl in the other class. That's as far as we've gotten. We're on like minute 2 here. So we're just like looking around. Everybody's sitting there staring at each other like there's no possible way this is happening right now. But no, we're really pulling the fire alarm the first day of school. Now it turns out everything's okay. It was just a little kid who on his way to class didn't want to go, so we pulled the fire alarm. But I mean really, if we're designing an elementary school, why are all the fire alarms at child's height? I mean really, it's a building full of little teeny tiny children who don't want to be there and 100 adults. You mean to tell me if we really don't put that thing 3 feet higher than it is right now, it's going to be that big of a deal? I mean, really, we can't get that just slightly out of at least the little kids' reach? That way, if it's pulled, it is totally, I am pulling the fire alarm to cause chaos, not I'm 3 and this is white and shiny. Now, don't get me wrong. I get the whole, well, if there's a fire, you just have to have somebody pull it. Seconds count. Every minute matters. I agree. I understand. But how many times do we have to pull the fire alarm accidentally in the elementary school before somebody just clicks and goes, you know what, maybe we just move it out of like first and second grade's height level and then everything will be okay. The third graders could still get it. The people who understand, oh, fire, bad, we need help and evacuation, they can still reach it and pull, but the little tiny people who are just like, oh, this looks fun, they can't. But you know what? Truth be told, had that fire alarm not been pulled on the first day, I would have had no precursor for how absolutely insane that year was. I mean, you think, okay, like we made it through day 1 through a fire drill on day 1. How much worse can it really get? It got a lot worse. But now I have my teacher horror stories. So it all works out in the end.